goal at the expense of Ian Andrews. Greg McAvenny playing it only his second European tie for Celtic. Now, he's already scored 8 goals this season, and McAvenny really did look sharp in Hungary. Honved have made one change to the team that played in the first leg, with star striker Kalman Kovac surprisingly relegated to the bench. Watch out for right back Sandor Szalai, number 2. He likes to make attacking raids down the flank. Imre Fodor, the Honved playmaker. It was Fodor who scored the only goal in Budapest, direct from a free kick. Fodor takes most of the corners, and he's also the penalty kick specialist. Our referee tonight is from Sweden, Erik Fredriksson. And so can Celtic put behind them a disappointing series of games. They've lost 5 of their last 8. Highly charged atmosphere inside the stadium. The Celtic management team believe the crowd could be Celtic's extra man. Joe Miller. Chance for McAvenny. Just the start Celtic wanted. The first corner of the game. Miller with it. Rogan going up. Free kick to Honved. Vital that Celtic don't allow Honved an away goal. But not since the first Premier Division game of the season against Hearts have Celtic registered a clean sheet. Andy Walker playing up front for Celtic tonight. Joe Miller. Now McStay. Taken out by Chair, the left back. Chris Morris with a free kick for Celtic. Chris Morris, signed from Sheffield Wednesday, Republic of Ireland international. And straight through to Alan Ruff. Quick with a kick upfield. McAvenny and Walker. Here's McAvenny, and the shot. Greg McAvenny shooting on sight. And nearly catching out the Honved defence. Rogan's header. Got it back by McCarthy. But he's Stark. Well brought down by McAvenny. Stark is wide to the left. Tackled by Szalai. Wily campaigner, Billy Stark. A lot of European experience. His days with Aberdeen. McStay with a free kick. Walker was up. So was McCarthy. And eventually hooked away. And a play has in fact been called back. The whistle sounding. And it will be a corner kick to Celtic. An early close shave. Celtic's second corner of the game. McCarthy again coming in from the back. Aiken. Tackled by Chehi. Walker. Needs run and turn here. Rogan's header. And McAvenny. Great save by Distel. Beautiful looping header by Frank McAvenny. Vital touch away by Distel. Chris Morris with Ganu Shosh. McCarthy pumping it high. But he's Stark for Celtic. Looking to go inside and Stark! Oh, what a strike by Billy Stark. The Celtic fans love that. Buddy Stark going in field, really whipped it in, and Diestel with a dive of despair, just wide. Rogan's header, but it takes a honved bounce. Gregor releasing Shosh. Derek White was cool under pressure. That's an interesting ball, picking out Walker. Surely his path was obstructed by Laszlo Diestel. Paul McStay and Anton Rogan, the Celtic players, over the ball. Mick McCarthy is on the right edge of the box. McStay's free kick. The target is McCarthy. And Stark with a header! Stark and McAvenny. The players up with the ball. Billy Stark. It looked like getting the final touch. Frank McAvenny in the thick of things as well. Anton Rogan for Celtic. And White spinning it out to the right side to Chris Morris. Composed build-up by Celtic in the early stages. McAvenny, the flag was up, but the decision stands. The kick by Diestel. Well, honved clearly thought that should have been a penalty kick as Josh went down. The tackle going in, but the referee not concurring. Mick McCarthy's flighted free kick. Sayatu. Josh. It's pumped upfield and again rough outside his penalty area. Chris Morris. Go to Celtic. And Walker unable to prevent that ball going out. Walker on the turn. Great effort. Andy Walker twisting, teasing and tormenting. He weaved his way past the honved defenders. And a chance now for honved to build up. Fodor. Gregor tearing down the right. Fodor made the pass. McStay. Chris Morris, the right fullback. Timely interventions by honved now. Sayatu. Diestel, the sweeper, has made a deep run. This is Gregor. Fodor. And Shaloi with a cross. Diestel going up. Away by Stark. Janusz Josh. Tremendous drive by Josh. Bouncing and bobbling. Alan Ruff could only take it at the second attempt. Honved haven't been seen all that often inside the Celtic penalty area. But a couple of near things. And now Morris. But he starts knockback. Rogan. Still Rogan going round the outside. Walker. The danger cleared. Andy Walker inches away from having a crack at it. Chris Morris with a shot blocked away. Celtic stepping up the pressure. Celtic. Mark McGee getting the break of the ball. He was totally single-minded. Virtually McGee's first touch of the ball. He had 2 bites of a cherry. The second bite was clean, and it's 4-0 for Celtic. There's no doubt about it. This has been a highly efficient performance by Celtic, and it's all over. Celtic are through to the second round of the European Cup, the trophy they won back in 1967. And Celtic certainly worthy winners tonight against the Hungarian army team. Standing ovation from this massive Celtic crowd. And who knows what lies in store for Celtic. The draw takes place on Friday.
Yes, a real joy night for Celtic, a marvellous win, and Billy McNeill, not surprisingly, delighted afterwards when he spoke to Barry Davis.
But if I can be a bit cheeky, I would think that was a wee boost.
Yeah, I think it was more than a boost, Barry. It was something we've needed. We've needed it for a long time. I always had hoped that the European scene would bring the best out of us and give us a real boost, because we all need it. Everyone at the club needs a boost at this particular time. The lads certainly supplied it tonight, and the fans rallied round. You know, they are surprising people at times. They knew we needed a bit of help, and they gave us it. And I think the whole thing all came together. Down to the players, their effort was magnificent on the night, and the fans contributed so greatly as well.
So what was different?
It's difficult to say, because it's been a horrendous season in many, many ways to us. We've lost goals so easily. Tonight, I think Mick McCarthy coming back in with Derek White, it's surprising that the only clean sheet we've had this season when those two were together in the first league match of the season. So maybe that's been the answer in many, many ways. But I think everyone gave their best, and they knew we were under pressure, they knew they were under pressure, and they all contributed so greatly.
Unrelenting pace all the way through.
Well, that's right. We went down, in actual fact, I made a conscious decision of going down the coast a day early, in actual fact. I felt it would be good for us to get a whole lot of rest. We didn't do an awful lot of training. We did a bit of training, but not all that much. But basically we concentrated and get as much rest as we possibly could, because there's been so many games already this season, and I think the rest helped us, because the lads were really geared up to the game, and had it gone another 30 minutes, then they would have been able for that as well.